Hello everyone, welcome to Plotting Brothers. Today I'm going to be showing you how to open a Game Boy Color. Now, to do this, you're going to need two tools. They're very simple and they're not big at all. The first one is a good size Phillips screwdriver. And the next one is kind of unusual. A little tri-wing screwdriver. I don't know if you can see that, but it has three little things instead of four. So, let's get started. Now, to get into the shell, at first, you're going to need the tri-ring screwdriver. Now, this is the only time you're going to need it is for the shell. Focus, dumb phone. So, make sure you take your game cartridge out, and make sure you take out your batteries. The most important thing to look for in Game Boys is corrosion. Corrosion can make it to where the battery or the juice in the battery can't go through the system, and therefore it won't power on. So, to take the shell off, there are 6 screws, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 6 screws. Now, be careful unscrewing and screwing them in, especially when you screw them in, because you might screw up I forgot what the word was, but you probably know what I mean. You'll thread it or something like that. I don't know. All right, let me unscrew these 6 screws, and we'll get into the inside. Okay, so after you get those screws out, turn it around like this and gently take the this part off. Okay, so now you're on the inside. Now, this part of the shell right here, only clean it if you really have to. Like I said, with the corrosion on the battery things, this thing right here, only if there's corrosion on that. I don't recommend taking this off. I mean, it's possible. I've done it before, but last time I did it, I ended up breaking a perfectly good Atomic Purple official Nintendo. So once you get this this piece off, you're going to want to get out your Phillips screwdriver and unscrew these 3. Now be very careful when you're doing this. You don't want to accidentally damage the motherboard. And don't be too rough with the screws either. By the way, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and like. And comment down below on what you think. Something like, should I keep doing this? I mean, it's fun. It's fun for me. I don't know if it'll be that interesting for some people, especially in my generation. By the way, sorry if you can hear like everything my mouth does, like like oh my breathing. It's super quiet in here. Alright, so once you've unscrewed all of those, just put them in a nice safe area where they won't roll away. You really don't want to be losing these. So here's the most dangerous part about Game Boys. Make sure you lift this power switch off too, and this black thing. I never like, what does this do? All right, anyway. Now what you're gonna want to do is the way I do it. I put my thumbs on this, and this black thing right here, and that black thing, gently with like your fingernail or something, pull those back like that to release the ribbon cable. Okay, so once you do that, this cartridge reader right here is kind of like a handle. Always use it for this. You pick it up like this, boom. Now I'm not going to take the screen off because that's a whole other process that I don't really like doing. But anyway, now, this fell out. So here you have this part of the motherboard. If you need to, get some isopropyl alcohol, or just rubbing alcohol, as many people call it, on a Q-tip, and just rub these golden little things right here, because those are actually the things that actually tell the system what button you're pushing. And if this speaker right here is filled with dust, just gently get an alcohol covered Q-tip and wipe it around in there very gently. If your power switch isn't working, get some alcohol and drop it into like this, and move that like back and forth. Same thing with this. Put some alcohol between the board and the wheel, and then just do it back and forth. That's about it. If you really need to clean the cartridge reader, get a toothbrush with alcohol on it, and like, brush it around in there. Let me describe like how the screen part works. I'm not gonna take it off because it takes forever to take it off, and you need like sticky tape. By the way, if this case is really cheap, so there's like some parts that are missing. Anyway, so what you would do for this is you would bend this back and forth like that, and the screen would pop out. And if you wanted to take this glass off, there's some here. I'll just go ahead and show you. Don't be afraid to like get your fingernail under here to get it out. You got to do what you have to do. Now don't be afraid of any rough sounds with this. It's not hurting it or anything. Okay, so as you've probably already seen, this like shiny sticky two-sided sticky tape, that's what holds the screen in place. That's what a Game Boy screen looks like. Now this is your most important part. You're gonna want to make sure you don't damage that. This when I got this Game Boy from a friend at school, the screen was in perfect condition. I mean, look at it. So anyway, when I'm replacing the glass right here, I always take the tape off and reuse it, because this kind of tape is hard to find, for me at least. Okay, anyway, when you want to put the screen back in, make sure you line it up like so, and just press it in there. That's what that foam is for. And be careful not to hurt that ribbon cable. Okay, so once you've done that, just put your buttons back in. By the way, once you've got all the electronic stuff out of the cases, you can literally like take the shell into the washer machine. And where'd that button go? Oh, there it is. You can literally take it to a sink, not a washer machine. I'm sorry if my speech is really jumbled. It's kind of late. I'm kind of tired. Anyway, you can take the shell to the sink and clean it with a brush. That's what I do every single time. Because it helps. Using alcohol on absolutely everything is kind of a chore sometimes. So, yeah. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, this is for the... Okay, so once you've got everything cleaned like that and set back in place, just get the motherboard and slip that through this white thing very, very gently. Like that. And don't push on it too hard. Once it's in, it's in. That's what those lock things are for. And there seems to be something pushing on this. Yeah, Game Boys are really simple, but there's just some things about, like, when you're trying to put things back together, like the buttons will like push up and make you not be able to push everything down correctly. I mean, it's fun. That's why I do it. It's fun to do, but I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but okay, anyway, so you're gonna want to push these black things down very gently, and then boom, it's back in place, but not just yet. First, make sure your switch is aligned correctly. I'm not sure why you'd have it in the on position when you're fixing it. In this stupid thing, it might take me a few seconds to figure this out. Okay, so when that's in, just screw everything back in. And make sure when you're screwing everything back in, make sure you don't be too rough with them. I really wish I had an automatic screwdriver. I don't really trust those things because you might damage something. this is kind of off topic, but I have a Sega Master System that is missing 5806 voltage regulator. I think that's what it's called, and an AC female parts. You know the thing you plug in the cord into. It's missing those two things because I took them out, and because I thought I could replace the parts, but I was wrong. And now it's just sitting in a bunch of parts, lonely in a corner, which is really sad. Alright, so anyway, when you get those three plugged in, or screwed in, and just put this over. And since this is a cheap case, it's kind of hard to put back into place. So once you have everything screwed in, just get your batteries. Of course, the system needs power. And once you put the batteries in, just get your nice Tetris or whatever you have. Put it in there. This is always satisfying with Game Boys. Just putting a game in general, so satisfying. Once you got that, boom, you're set. And you are now playing Tetris on a somewhat old system. So, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this, make sure to subscribe and like, and see you in the next tutorial. Goodbye.